Hey everyone, it's Adrienne here with your weekly aha moments. Today I found this kind of funky filter and I thought it was perfect. So I wanted to talk to you about the fragmented self. I'm out here on the porch trying to catch a breeze. It's super hot here today in Portland. So if you hear any loud vehicles driving by, that's what it is. I'm outside. Anyhow, so I have taken a hiatus from my weekly podcast for about a month now, mostly because I was working on putting together my summit, the Quantum Integration Summit. And it is based on the idea that throughout our lives, we get fragmented. So I want to give you an example. So as we're growing up, sometimes events happen, situations, people say things happen where there's parts of us that we have to repress because it's not safe or it doesn't feel safe. We have to cut off because somebody, most often our caretakers or our sense of belonging or safety is threatened, or it appears to be threatened. So we take parts of ourselves that are unacceptable, at least to the situation or the people around us, and we cut it off. And as I was talking to one of my guests during my summit, I define this as any time in our lives that we're living where we have to go unconscious. That means who we are and what we're doing isn't okay. Not that that's true, but when we're children and we're developing our nervous system and our safety and security depends on the people around us, it can feel like a threat to ourselves emotionally or physically. And so you multiply that over years, and it's never actually a conscious choice. It's your nervous system deciding for you, because its job is to protect you and keep you safe from perceived danger, even if there is none, right? And it's not necessarily physical danger. Like 90% of the time, it's emotional danger, where who we are isn't okay. It's upsetting to someone else around us because of their perceptions and their boxes of their own, programs and stresses that they have in their lives. So we all have a box of preconceived stories of the way that we are, when in actuality we're more than that. We're beyond that. That was one moment in our life that our nervous system made a decision for us to protect us from perceived danger, and then that gets integrated into our nervous system as a felt experience, and then we make up a story about it and it becomes real, and then it gets lived into, and then it becomes our personality. And then we begin to say, well, that's just the way we are, or that's just the way that person is. And so the process of quantum integration is coming back to the wholeness of who we are, so we can actually choose what we want to create in the moment instead of being at effect. And as one of my guests in my summit, which is coming up September the 7th, I'm super excited. I hope you can join me. It's a one-day summit from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And if you can't attend the whole day, that's okay. It's got a 3-day window of replay, and you can attend all the talks, so you can just go to the ones that grab your attention. So I just wanted to let you know that, because some people were asking if they have to attend all day, and of course you don't have to attend all day, and you can watch it when you have time for it's 7, 8, 9, 10. I think until the 10th I have the window open. So I just wanted to let you know. And then other people were asking how much it costs, and I'm just like, it's free. You can come for free and enjoy the wisdom of these 8 global experts that I have gathered in a conversation about what it means to be the whole self, the whole enchilada. So I'll put the registration link in the description of this live if you're interested. Yeah, one of my guests, Desiree DeMar, she's a shaman and an evolutionary life coach. She was saying, we are decoders. We write the code, but we think we are the code. And so as we're growing up and as we're developing, a lot of us don't realize that that we're being spoken into. The code is being imprinted in on us. It's a part of the socialization process. It's part of the conditioning process. And every once in a while, there is a person who is aware of this as they're going through their lives, or they have caregivers or parents that are aware of this and allow and support the individual creation of an individual that's not based on fragmenting oneself into bits and pieces. And so it's coming back. It's a coming back. Hey, Rachel. It's coming back to a wholeness. And so how does this manifest in our life? Some people are suffering through illness, through stress, through anxiety, through panic, right? I think, nobody really told me what a panic attack was. And hey, and I'm using my new lens for my filter to illustrate fragmentation, fragmentation of the individual. So panic attacks, I didn't realize until I didn't know what they were. I didn't even know I was having them. It was just the way life was. And I was scared and I was embarrassed and I felt out of control, and nobody talked about that in my family. Nobody really talked about their feelings at all in a healthy way, except for getting angry or upset. But it was really difficult to communicate emotions effectively and understand what they were. And so when I started meditating over 22 years ago, I've spent over 20 years researching, exploring, learning about the construction of the self, the product of trauma, and one of them is panic attacks. And so when I started meditating, I got the ability to actually sit with my own emotion. And I had never been taught that. I had never learned that. I didn't even know that was possible. And so it's one thing to have a panic attack. It's another one to be afraid of your own panic attack. And I'm not that unusual, right? Well, I might be a little unusual, but many people suffer from all sorts of internal emotional dysregulation, and they don't know what it is because they never learned about it. They were never taught about it. And that's part of the fragmentation of the self. And so this whole Quantum Integration Summit is a gathering of experts on in their particular niche about what it takes, how they define. Yeah, I think a lot of people do, and they don't even realize it. And they might live their whole life without ever being able to identify what's going on inside of their body, and yet they are led by it and they make choices out of it. And so, I can't remember, I was watching an interview with an actress, I can't remember who it was now, but she was saying, I didn't know I was having panic attacks or anxiety. That's what she was saying. I didn't even know what anxiety was. Because it just become normal for me. I just thought that's the way life was. I just thought everyone has that. And so if you don't have a name for it, if it's outside of your consciousness, then you don't really have a lot of power over it. And it's really shaping your choices and how you get to show up in life and who you get to be. So anyways, that's part of the reason why I wanted to share this collection of speakers who are sharing through their own venue, through their own window, how to come back to the wholeness of ourselves and embrace every experience that we're having with love and compassion and kindness. Because if we can't do that for ourselves, then we can't do that for anybody else, and we can't transform the world. So it's really like learning how to heal the world from within to overcome the limitations that have kept you stuck in so many areas. And I don't even want to say that, because a lot of people, have a successful career. Maybe they are really good with money, but for example, it's really hard for them to have an intimate relationship. Or the other side of the coin, right? There's some area perhaps in your life where you just can't, you're like, what is going on there? And so this is the area, this is your this is your learning curve. This is like your opportunity for self-awareness. And that's really what my tagline is, right? Empowerment through self-awareness. Because until we become aware of ourselves, right, we're kind of unconscious and disempowered. And that life force is so powerful that we all possess, which is in the form of emotion. And if that emotion is dysregulated or chaotic or turned back on oneself, it's really difficult to get traction in lots of areas of our lives. And so that's the work I do as Integrative Awareness Coach, is to help people create a coherence between their body, their mind, and their spirit, because they all speak different languages. Everything's energy. Our bodies speak through symptoms, aches, pains, illness, tiredness, stuck energy, back problems, you name it, right? Any physical condition is a way that our body is speaking to us, because that's the language it speaks. And then our ego speaks through thoughts and concepts and analyzing and judgments. And then our soul speaks through inspiration and lightness and joy and love. And so this wholeness that I'm talking about in integration is bringing all of those three levels into harmony, so they're cooperating instead of working against each other. So that's what I wanted to share with you. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you like my visual of fragmentation. And I bet you that if you take some time today or this week sometime to think about where in your life you had to shut yourself down in order to belong, in order to get along, in order to feel loved and accepted, you might begin to see that it's not just one time. It's happened repeatedly to many people. And at that level, it becomes a kind of self-rejection, which is the opposite of love, right? Love and compassion and acceptance for oneself. So I just wanted to share those with you, those ideas with you, for whatever they're worth. I hope they find some inspiration or some sort of thoughts that resonate with you as you go through your life path. And again, I just want to invite you to join me September the 7th for the Quantum Integration Summit. When you click on the link, it will take you to my landing page, and then you can register for free. And I invite you to share it with your friends. If you know anybody that would be interested in attending an event like this. All right, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for all your hearts and your thumbs ups and your support. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.